Good evening and welcome to NXTGEN Season 16. This is the Group A1 Tourers, and we are live for round number 1 at Donington Park GP. Good to see a bit of action in the stream comments. Good evening to everyone, how are you all? We have 10 minutes of qualifying for the Group A1s, followed by a 15-lap race. We have a full lobby in, which is fantastic to see. We have the host, well, my co-host for this series this season, Jack Team53 Synopsis. Came third in last year's Season 15 Championship. We have Burnt Fry 699 returning, the Les. I should say the cars actually. See Jack in the Ford, Burnt Fry in the Audi. The Les has gone with the Mercedes. Bob has gone Bob Mark 1 in the Mercedes. Tyler House 97, he is in an Audi. Lightblade has gone in a Mercedes. Scooby G in the Ford Sierra. Webby's Johnny has gone Audi. Fourfish, a debutant in the series. He is in a Mercedes. He's come over from GT Sport. I race him in the Scirocco Cup. Great driver. Be interesting to see how his pace translates. Shadow's Look at DPS in an Audi. Adam Morris has gone in an Audi. We know how quick Adam is. 4th place in the championship last season. So, what can he do in that 4-wheel drive monster? Cam123 Diz makes his cameo appearance in his Mercedes. Tim is in an Audi. Jorino 26 returns, he's in an Audi. DY House 7 is also in an Audi. And Lionel Graysby swapping from BMW to Mercedes this year. Be interesting to see what he can do. Let's get a map and the speedo up and have a look at what's going on here in qualifying now. There have been a raw change in terms of the 4-wheel drive cars. As you can see, they are not banned. The Audi's there, no one's in the skyline. The rule is, if you finish in the top 3 last year of the championship in season 15, you're not allowed an Audi or Nissan. So that means there's only 2 drivers that are affected by that, because second place Jamie WX is not competing this season, which is NGR Scooby G, that's him there in his Sierra, and Jank Team53 Synopsis in his Sierra. So then, 7 coming across the line. There's Cam. Let's go on board with Cam. Let's go for a lap of Donington Park. I'm hoping the graphics is great for you guys. But into Red Gate then, late apex, bring in the throttle as early as you can. Into Hollywood then, a flat right-hander over crest. You want to keep it to the right-hand side as you head towards the Carrera curves. There's flicking left over crest, careful of the back end. Down to the old hairpin, hit the brakes, down to 4th for Cam. Tuck it in, don't run too wide because of the penalties. Flick it left through Schwartz curve, well, actually that's Starkey's bridge. Into Schwartz curve, there's flat left-hander, into McLean's, hit the brakes, get a late apex if you want, you can go early. But you want to square the car up as you head towards Coppets. There's blind right-hander over crest, you hit the board at around, hit the brakes even at the final board, tuck it in, bring the throttle in as soon as you hit the apex because it opens out onto Starkey straight. Down to the Fogarty S's, is flick left-right chicane. Out of there. And you go down to the Melbourne hairpin. Almost double apex, really. You can straighten the car up more, you can do a cab down, go straight down the inside of it. Up into Goddard's then. Again, an off-camber hairpin left. You gotta go careful when you bring in the throttle. The back end will try and shift. There it goes. Bit of the curb and across the line. What do we do it in? We put on pole position with Cam, a 1:36.7. Great lap time. Ryan, Dale's okay. That's good to hear, mate. Hopefully you'll enjoy the racing. And Jack has now gone pole position with a 1:36.415. So the top four covered by 1 second as Adam Morris goes back out to do one final lap. Over to Johnny in his Audi, currently in the mid-pack, 8th place, 4.8 off the pace. And where is Brent Fry? There's Brent Fry. He's a bit down the order. I don't think that's his true pace. 12.1 off the pole as he spins it coming out of right gate. And that's that lap ruined. Very easy to do in the Audi sometimes, that. Scooby G crosses the line. Can't go any quicker. I think that's a line of Greasby. Yeah, what can he put? He's not got a time yet. Still doesn't have a time. Still got a long left. There's Four Fish, the debutants. Apparently Burnt Fry's moaning that he can't get used to it because he's so used to PC. Unbelievable. Already got the excuses in, have we, Burnt Fry? As Shank sets another fastest lap, 1:36.2 in the Mill Go. 91 Sierra Cosworth. And where he's at Johnny, he was an 8th, he's down 4th. He's actually up with the likes of Adam Morris in the same car. So that's good to see. Tyler House, another debutant for the series. He's up into 8th. I think DY7 has just gone up into 6th place. And someone spins ahead of him. Gerino coming down to the Fogarty S's, who is coming to complete a lap. Let's have a look. There's Burnt Fry. Line Greasby. I haven't seen anything to say his lap time's been invalidated. Let's see what time he's got. He's going to have one more go at this. Puts in a 1:40.8. As a banker almost for Line Greasby. Burnt Fry coming across the line. Doesn't go any quicker. Stays 16th, but he does have one more shot. And he best start getting used to this because he needs to get back up there. He is definitely quicker than this. Is Burnt Fry. Scooby G. Can't improve. Light Blade just coming round Coppice. And the Layers, currently 9th. On a 1:40.239. There goes RDF1 Adam Morris. Sliding into Goddard. He's going to get one more lap. And he puts it on pole position with a 1:35.8. That's a stunning lap from Adam Morris. Without a doubt, one of the major contenders in this series, especially in these open class races in that Audi. 4/10 the gap then between the top two. Scooby G sideways through McLean's. And that'll be lap ruined. Johnny going past a fellow Audi man. He's currently down on his lap time. His time is up. I'm going to follow Johnny around to the final couple of corners. See that Johnny turns in later, tries to square the corner up a little bit on the exit. Comes up to the line. Doesn't go any quicker though. And Shadowstalker, someone's moved up. There's Bob, there's Tim. It's Burnt Fry, he's moved up. He's up into 12th place. So 5.6 off the pace. He's still got time to find. Four Fish nicks the 12th place back. Not bad that from Four Fish in a Mercedes, especially as a rookie in this this series. Tyler House does not clean house. He doesn't go any quicker than that. Line Grisby is done. That's Tim. Tim up to 11. That's a great effort by him. Who is still out there? Bomb Mark 1's just finished. Shadowstalker then be the final man to set a time. Cross the line. He just went up to about 13th there. So qualifying is over. Adam Morris takes pole position. So that's... he is effectively now leading this championship with that extra point. Jack, Team 53 Synopsis is second, with Cam 123 Diz in third. Scooby G is in fourth. Webs of Johnny, fifth. DY House 7 is in sixth, with Lightblade 2K18 in seventh. Tyler House is eighth, with Lion Greasby ninth. The Les is in 10th. Tim is in 11th, Jorino 12th, Shadowstalker 13th, Fullfish 14th, Burnt Fry down in 15th, and Bob Mark 1 will round off our grid in 16th and last place. So we're just awaiting the start of this race now, and we're going to get it. So there's race 1 of season 16. We're here. We have the 3 red lights. We're green at Donington Park. 15 laps. Who's got the best start? It's obviously going to be Adam Morris in the 4-wheel drive Audi. Cam 123 Days is challenging Jack onto the run up into Redgate now. Someone's lagging behind. Cam can't quite get there though. As they head through Redgate, are we going to get through cleanly? Someone runs a bit wide, that's Jorino. Oh, and he's collected Lion of Greasby in the process. And I think that's also Four Fish. Yep, I think Four Fish has been collected in that first lap tussle as well. Tim's been collected, as has the Les. Tyler House into an 11th place, where we go back up to the front. We have Anamar still leading from Jack Team 53 Synopsis. Cam 123 Days is still third, with Webs of Johnny in fourth. Scooby G has had a mare of a start. He's down into sixth, and he's looking to pass Lightblade, coming up towards Coppice now. Job done. And here comes DY House 7 down the inside. That Audi punching its weight now through Coppice on the exit with the traction. But Lightblade's not giving this one up, coming down towards the Fogarty S's. Keeps his nose down on the inside, but nothing doing there. Bit of faff in the background. But DUS7 still under pressure here from Lightblade. And as everything peters out a little bit, Adam Morris still leads, but he's got Jack behind him for company. He's not exactly getting away. Even though the Audi's got more grip, but I have more traction on the corners, the Ford is quick in a straight line. Meanwhile, stuff is going on down here. It's Shadow Stalker, he's off. And that's Bob Mark 1 along with Tim. Those three look to have had a collision of some description. And there is the Les up into 13th now. There'll be Torino challenging. Low line of Greasby went off. Torino went off. Moorfish is now up into the top 10 again. There's Tyler House. Let's have a look at the gaps. Looks like the closest battle right now. We've got the Les now having a look at Line of Greasby. Coming down Starkey Straight. Oh, that's not what you need. I'm just going to re-watch that one, I think, on the stream, because yeah, I got a feeling, yeah, Line of Greasby kind of came across a little bit and Les didn't budge. And unfortunately, Line of Greasby kind of paid the price in that one. Meanwhile, the Les. There's Dorino behind for company. On board down the inside. Dorino can't quite get that move done now. But if he forces the legs onto a bit of a horrible line going into Redgate on that inside, he should get better driving traction going out. Although he's going to look to go around the outside completely. That is a great move if he can pull this one off. They're still side by side. We head through Hollywood now. Down the hill towards the crane occurs. A bit more of door banging here in the Group A1s. And Torino gets through. I don't think the Les is very happy. Well, I wouldn't have said. There was a lot wrong with that. That's just a bit of a racing door bang. Meanwhile, Adam Morris is under continuous pressure from a group of people behind, but now Jack's made the mistake. Adam's got to slow down. Adam's got to slow down. He is now down into 4th place. Jack leads. Johnny looking around the outside of the cam, but he's going to have Adam Morris on the inside of him on the exit of Melbourne. This just got very interesting because Johnny is right in the mix here. He's on the tail of Cam, looking around the outside, but Adam Morris looking to take 3rd place. On board with Adam Morris in the number 1 car. We look down the inside of Redgate. That looks to be move done. As they now head through Hollywood. Yep, Adam completes the move, and he's got a bit of work to do now to catch up to Cam, who's half a second ahead of him. And Cam's got a great run coming through the old hairpin. Whether he's got enough of a run to make a move up into McLean's, I don't think he has. The straight line of the Ford Sierra takes over. So, where's Jack off to? Jack's off into the gravel. That was not clever from Jack. He's just outbraked himself a little bit and maybe got a bit twitchy. You can see though how close this field is. He's now down to 5th, and he's got Scooby G for company coming down towards the Fogney S's side by side. Scooby G will not attempt that one, I'm afraid. He's going to have to look for a way after. But that means Cam123 Diz is leading this race. Followed by Adam Morris. And then maybe Johnny. Johnny needs to be clever here. He needs to use Adam Morris as a bit of a tow rope. Don't find him. Just go and catch up with Cam. There's potential positions on offer there. DY 7 up into 4th. Jack is 5th. This is where my timing would go about as weird as it gets. Meanwhile, Fourfish is having a great scrap here with Jorginho for 9th place. Now I will reiterate, shall I say, That damage is not performance impacting, just visual, but it does show that the car has gone into a war, and quite heavily in that, with the bonnet sticking up like that. You see Fourfish not confident enough in the car to go flat out through the craners. And that's allowed Burnt Fry to get it up, and he's going to go alongside him, going through Starkey's bridge. And, oh, that was close from Burnt Fry, losing the rear end on the grass. I thought that was potentially going to be a collection point to Fourfish. No, the top end is still not quite close enough yet. Half a second at the moment. Jorginho has now got a gap to Burton Fry. Fourfish has the legs on his tail. The two Sonax cars, number 3 and 4. And the layers down the inside of the Melbourne hairpin. Fish not really defending that. Maybe just thinking there's no point. I need to learn these cars first. And who better to learn than the Les? He's been there, done it most of the time. He's just lost the rear end, cut the corner there. Should get away with it though. Meanwhile, back with Adam. Oh, hello, what happened? Cam's gone very defensive very early. Into Coppice, they're side by side, over the hill. Adam Morris powers his way around the outside, a great move for Adam. Great contention right now. He should start to build a lead. But not if he makes mistakes. He just didn't quite get the entrance of the Fogarty S's right there. Meanwhile, Jack is now looking for a double overtake down towards the Melbourne hairpin. Down the inside. Thank you very much. Third place is mine. D. Whitehouse has made a move, but he's not actually got anywhere. He's about to lose the place to Webby. So Johnny has to head up towards Goddard's now. Oh, Johnny's got it wrong. Johnny's got it very wrong, and unfortunately, D. Whitehouse have nowhere to go. Collects him, tags him on the rear. Again, very unfortunate there for Johnny. He's just outbraked himself trying to get D. Whitehouse 7. Just got into the back of Jack, and he's just spun his car around. Obviously, D. Whitehouse 7, nowhere to go, apart from his rear left quarter. 3/10 behind. There's Jack on his own now. Scooby G. D. Whitehouse 7, who has Light Blade behind him. Just having a look. Fourfish. Might be having a look here at Shadow Stalker. And then Les is ended up behind Fourfish again. I don't know how that. There's Tim, still going, not last. He's ahead of Lionel Greasby, but Lionel Greasby is catching him maybe? No, he's not. Good pace there by Tim. Red Fry's up to 10th, and he's not really taking any time out of Jorginho. So your battle really is, well, I would say here, but it's not, because Scooby G's 4th. Light Blade. I think we're going to be concentrating back here at the moment. Fourfish with the Les on his tail. Go on board with the Les as we head up towards Coppice. Didn't quite get Coppice right there for the Les. So we head down to the Fogarty S's for the 7th time of 15. Just flicking the curbs, getting through it. Hit the brakes. And Cam has made a mistake somewhere. He's now lost the place to Jack. And I think Tyler House He's managed to get past Lightblade. I think Lightblade's made a bit of a mistake going through Redgate. He's now going to have Torino on his tail. Into the old hairpin. And Jorginho gets past Lightblade just making a slight mistake out of the old hairpin. Gives Jorginho the place. Burton Fry has either disconnected or retired. I think that's a disconnection. He was running in 10th. Fulfish and the Les. These two know each other pretty well. From GT Sport and the Les up over the crest. Loses the rear end. And that's the car into the barriers for the Mercedes man. He's not having a good start to his season hit. We are on lap number 9 now, or 15. And Webby to Johnny, Scooby G. Webby to Johnny has got back ahead. I see Scooby's made a mistake somewhere, or whatever he's done. It's put him back into 6th place. See there, his time is 6 seconds slower than Johnny, and 5 seconds slower than D House 7, respectively. Someone's off. Yeah, that's Lightblade again. Off at Hollywood this time around. I'm going to take a punt. That probably started going through Red Gate, trying to get the tyre, get all the power planted down to the ground. And Bob is going to become lap traffic soon. But here's your leader in the number 1 machine. He's not quite had a flawless race, that's for sure. But he's doing a good enough job right now to hold on to that lead. There's Jack, there's Cam. Cam had a bad lap last time around. What can he do this time? Still about 8 tenths slower than Jack there. DY7 is being caught here by maybe to Johnny. There's about 1.5 seconds between them. And in typical Group A1 fashion, this could get very juicy at the end. Which is all just got a bit spread out at the moment. See people making a few mistakes. Obviously, the first race for many after the winter break. Obviously, we had the race of winners. But that doesn't really take the rust off if you don't use the cars. So see, everyone a bit rusty, trying to get back used to it. Trying to get back used to the cars, the way they handle. Someone's had a big off here at the old hairpin. Who is that? That is Jorginho. Gone a long way off at the old hairpin, and that was Lightblade back through. And Shadow's looking not far behind Jorginho, but I expect Jorginho to start to pull back away, but you just never know. And what's Adam Morris? What's happened to Adam Morris? Because he's down into 5th place. He's now 12 seconds off the lead. That looks to me like he's been in a barrier somewhere. That's Bob at Goddard's. He's spun it. So work to do then from Adam Morris. He was comfortably leading this race. Something has happened. And he's only got 5 laps to deal with it. I don't think in 5 laps he can take back 12.4 seconds from Jack, who is our new leader again. He retakes the lead effectively of this race. So you see Jack heading through the right hander at Coppice, drifting almost the Sierra through it. And right now, we've got 3 different manufacturers on the top 3 steps of the podium. That was Adam Morris. He's gone off at Coppice. So there goes NGR Scooby G through to 5th place. Tyler House has lapped Bob. There's Dorino, there's Shadowstalk. Shadowstalk is not exactly being ditched by Dorino. No one's really hassling anyone either, though. I'll watch the leader at the moment. No, looking further back. We've got Lionel Greasby, who's just been overtaken. I think Bob Mike had a bit of an interesting Melbourne hairpin there. We've got 4 light blades, sorry. Under attack, and Girini down the inside of Goddard. That's going to be the job done. You can't defend around the outside. You've got to break early and try switch back if you're there. And Lightblade down to 9th now. But still 4 laps left in this race. Anything can happen. And the leading gap is now down to 1.2. Jag lost 0.6 last time around. Is the pressure starting to tell? As Cam 123Ds is now looking to crank the pressure up. And this is pretty typical now of Group A1. Everything now starting to come together. We're starting to get the battles back. Right for the end. See Adam on the tail now, Scooby G. Look at the grip the Audi has. Look at the drive. But now look at the top end that the Sierra has. Bob Mark 1 has disconnected. That's a shame. You've had 2 retirements so far. Brent Fry, who I believe disconnected. And now Bob Mark 1, who's disconnected too. So we head through the red gate now. Scooby G and Anna Morris. Down through Hollywood. The crane of curves. And the old hairpin. Lovely little section to drive. And Scooby G just about doing enough right now to keep the Audi behind. Very, very sideways over from Scooby G. Adam looking. Oh, Scooby G just about comes across. You'd see Adam almost expecting it. But look at the drive he's got coming out of Coppice. He's now looking all over this place now. He's going to look again maybe on the exit of the chicane. You can see him. He's gone in. Oh, yes, that's a great move from Anna Morris, but nope. Maybe just cut the chicane. Just about. This is great driving there from Anna Morris. He's creating opportunities every single corner, it seems. Meanwhile, Jorginho and Lightblade 2K18, you can't separate these two again. They head into the Melbourne hairpin. Meanwhile, Scooby G. On to the penultimate lap we go, and he's still fending off Anna Morris as they go through Hollywood for the 14th time. Into Old Hairpin, that's a cut from Anna Morris. That will be A penalty, yep, half throttle, trying to get rid of it. And Lightblade's made a mistake, sorry, because he's now dropped time to Jorginho on this, the penultimate lap. There is Jack leading the way at the moment here in the opening round of Season 16 here at Donington Park. Scooby G, the reigning defending champion, has had an awful start to his season at the moment in reality, because you have to think his main rivals Jack and Adam, but Jack's in first and Adam is looking to overtake him as we head towards the last lap. Oh, and a bit of a wiggle from Scooby G. This is going to allow Adam down the inside. On the main straight we go, side by side, coming towards Redfield on for the final lap now. Just a touch of a wiggle from Scooby G. Adam smells blood as he go into Redgate. Look at the drive the Audi has. He can't quite use it though. Can't quite find the gap. Looks to the inside of Hollywood. Can't quite get there. Down into the old hairpin then. Scooby G sideways. Anna Morris very, very smooth. Where's his best chance going to be? Is he going to get a chance into McLean's? Scooby G doing a fine enough job right now. You can see the Audi wants to go. Through copies. And then running a little bit wide coming out of Coppers there. Down to the Fogarty S's for the final time. Adam's not going to do it there. He's going to get good drive though. We're going to quickly cut back because Jack wins here at Donington Park from Cam 123 Deers. DY House 7 will come third. There's Johnny. Scooby G still holding on though. Up to Gonars. He's going to go very, very defensive. Adam is going to look for the switchback. He knows he's got the grip to do it. Can't quite get there though. It will be Scooby G who finishes fifth. Adam Morris in sixth. Don't believe what Picard's just told you. Tyler House on debut will take 7th place in the Audi. A fantastic result for him. Solid start to season 16. Jorginho takes 8th place in the end. We didn't see it, but Shadow Stalker will take 9th place. Lightblade takes the final top 10 spot. Full Fish will be the final man to cross the line on his debut. Obviously, unfortunately, got caught up in that lap 1 incident, which doesn't really help. But he comes home for a solid 11th place. At least it's points on the board for Full Fish on his debut here in the Group A1s. So, provisional results for round number 1, Donington Park. Jack Team 53 Synopsis takes the victory from Cam 123 Diz. DY House 7 is in 3rd. Moving to Johnny 4th. Adam Morris is in 5th. Ignore that, Scooby G is in 5th from Adam Morris. Tyler House is in 7th from Jorginho in 8th. Shutterstock DBS is in 9th. Lightblade 2K18 10th. Full Fish 11th. Line Greasby 12th. Tim 13th. The Les 14th will be the final classified finisher. So, that's it for this round of the Group A1s. If anyone's new to here, I will be shutting the stream down and opening a fresh one for the modern touring cars, which will be commented on by myself very, very soon, next 5 to 10 minutes. But for next round, let's have a look. So round number 2, we head to Hockenheim National. Again, open cars there. Open cars. So that should be an absolute cracker. Next up is the modern touring cars. We head to Donington Park GP again for those. So stay tuned for that one. This should be up in about 5 minutes time. But for myself and the Group A Run Tourers, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening.